Hey folks, we're back to another Beam 42 episode. Another lost week we had. Damn work, damn Midnight Oil concerts. How you doing, Beef?
Hey, buddy, doing very well, thank you.
So we're going to do a lightning round of the review of round 6, and we'll start off with the a bit of a tight game there with the Raiders leading early and losing to the Cowboys 12-18.
Yeah, Raiders leading early and at the half. I think they led at the half.
Yeah.
But Cowboys did good, right? So bit of an upset down there, but Ricky's not happy. Tough luck. Neither of those teams playing finals.
Yeah, exactly. No, look, it showed a little bit for the boys to come back. So, yeah, it was a good win.
Yeah.
Rabbits, a pretty comprehensive thumping of the hapless Dogs, 36-16. Not a lot there, really.
Yep. Next.
Yeah. Panthers gave the Broncos a toweling after the Broncos showed a bit of spunk for the first 20.
Yeah, they did. And Panthers were $1.02 to win that game, right? So in the end, they got it, without paying the Haas. Broncos, they did show a bit, to their credit. Cleary, ugly tackle, right, on report. Doesn't get suspended, but Panthers just too good, too classy.
Yeah, agreed. There was no way that result was going to be anything different. I'm a little surprised Cleary got a fine, but anyway, he got away with it. Interesting, no Walters this week. But anyway, 26 Tits 16 in a game where the Tits really didn't show much. 20 minutes where they scored a couple of tries and that's it.
Yeah, just too inconsistent, right? Can't even play 40 minutes together, Tits. But Manly, Olakau'atu was on fire. So he showed David Fafita what a good second row plays like 80 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not sitting out in the centres just waiting for that glory try. Storm 34, Sharks 18. Yeah, obviously Finucane going off early was a big one for the Sharks. But, Storm played with it, missing a few as well. Bromwich boys were out.
Yep, correct. And Munster had a day out, right? So just his running game was fantastic. So good win by the Storm. But the Sharkies, they'll take some positives out of that, right? So I think the Sharkies, they've got the belief they can be a top 4 team, right? So funny moment for me in that game, Cameron McInnes with the big Superman dive when he had zero chance of catching Munster, I think it was, right? So it's like, just so the video, he can show that he made effort. Terrible.
It was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Stay on your feet, mate. Like chase someone on the inside. That was just so weird. But yeah, Munster. My goodness, Bennett's going to have to pay through the nose if he wants him. So then we move on to Roosters Warriors. The Warriors showed a little bit there as well, 22-14.
Yeah, they did.
Or was it
and
more
you know what?
good?
I think the Roosters, they were a bit off. And I think they were a bit lucky because I don't know if you remember early on in the first 10 minutes, Tedesco was holding on after a break. Honestly, he should have been sin bin for that. That was very, very, it was exactly what Holbrook and there's the other flog from North Queensland, Payton, have been talking about, right? Not getting calls. That was exactly it, right? So we got a bit lucky, but anyway, good that the Roosters win because that means they're closer to a loss, which will be this week.
Yeah, exactly right. And look, just on refs and consistency, maybe I'm a bit biased, but watching that Manly Tits game, gee, I thought both teams were getting penalised for laying in the ruck for 1 second. It seemed like they wanted it to be an under-20s game, in my opinion. But anyway, Dragons 21, Knights 16. Dragons come flying home and Lomax come flying over the top of his old mate Tyson.
Yeah, look, Lomax, definitely a flogger for that move. Stupid thing to do. In the end, I think, he missed a bunch of goals. I reckon he got thrown off after that incident, right? So in the end, got the chocolates, which is good for the Dragons, but, another super game of footy.
I would love to know what Clemmer said to him at the end of the game because I think he was trying to say, mate, that's just not on.
And I think Clem went on with it a bit. And you know what? Lomax should have said, yeah, I stuffed up.
Yeah.
Right? So
yeah.
Anyway,
on to probably the game of the round, as it turns out. The Tigers upset the Eels with a late field goal. Unbelievable.
Definitely the game of the round, right? So great crowd, 28,000 there, right? So it was a super crowd for Easter Monday. And Jackson Hastings, right? Even in the pregame, he said, "No, we're not playing to compete. We're playing to win," right? And then he was the man who got it done, right? So he was a huge in for the Tigers, and I think they'll get a few more wins this year, the Tigers, right? So hopefully not against either us, but it's very good to see him get off the schneid. And how good was it to see Madge at the end of the game, right?
With a smile.
Rather than when you look at him after that loss against the Tits, right? So it was great for Madge. Good guy.
Yeah, totally. And look, let's be honest, it was one game. And yeah, I do think Hastings did make a bit of difference, but it was the forwards that really showed a little bit of ticker for the first time all season. So, but what a great result. Any time that you beat Parramatta in Parramatta is incredible. So so we'll call it there on the review of round 6. So thanks for your feedback, mate, and we'll talk about round 7 shortly.
All right, take care.